Hello again. Now we're going to look at how to build our rhetorical device analysis paragraphs. The handout I gave in class yesterday, which most of us did not get a chance to work on, I put a copy of right here. In it, we had 3 columns, and the directions were, as you review your notes in the letter itself, anytime you find a rhetorical device, note the name of the device and the line numbers. Then ask yourself, does this device help King seem credible? Does he relate to experts? Is he giving you reasons to believe him? If so, I'm going to have you put that rhetorical device under ethos. Does the device try to make you feel emotions? Is it appealing to some emotion in you? If so, list that device under pathos. Or does the device help show or emphasize his logic or his logical reasoning? Does he use it to make his point make more sense? If it does, then you're going to place it under logos. And so I have some examples here, and that these are real, but of rhetorical devices I found, and I placed them in the columns that I thought they fit. So I thought that in lines 4,000 through 4,001, the example of alliteration was trying to make me feel sad. And so I put it in this column. Why are we doing this step? So that you can see which paragraph or which focus you want to have for your paragraphs. You're going to have to write at least one body paragraph on an appeal. Some of you might be writing about tone, and I have a graphic organizer for the tone people later. Not everyone has to choose tone, though. So that means most of us will have at least one paragraph on one of these appeals. Most of us will have 2 paragraphs. We need to have 3 body paragraphs total, and you've already written one over the main idea and the rhetorical situation. So once you have your list, you can look at it and say, well, which one do I have the most evidence for? Oh, in this case, it's pathos. So I'm going to use that to build my first body paragraph. Here's the graphic organizer from class. You had this information on the left side and then space on the right to write. And so I just brought it here and highlighted it to help you see how I've started this body paragraph. Topic sentence. I give you a sentence frame. You just need to fill in the blank. You're more than welcome to use this sentence frame. Here it is. Here. Transition phrase. Next. MLK uses pathos, just filled in the blank, in order to make his message more effective. Then I need to define the term. Pathos is a type of appeal and persuasion wherein the author, and then your definition, I'm not going to give it to you. Then we have to use a 3-part pattern to show the evidence and explain it. For example, it's a good sign that you're going to give evidence when you say, for example, King uses, fill in the blank, alliteration in lines 4,000 through 4,001. So I took this sentence frame and just filled it in with the information I found. So for example, King uses alliteration in lines 4,000 to 4,001. Fish fry Friday. And yes, I know he did not actually say this. I'm not going to give you answers in the model just yet. After I tell the term that I found and where I found it, I need to explain how it fits the definition of alliteration and then what effect it has on the reader. So I've highlighted those to make it more obvious. This example is alliteration due to the repetition of the consonant sound F at the beginning of each word. So that's how this example, Fish Fry Friday, is alliteration. That's the first step. Now, what effect does it have on the reader? Well, first I need to tell you what alliteration does in general. And alliteration can draw a reader's attention to a certain section of text. Okay, so that's the definition. So how does King use it, or why does he use it? King uses this device here too, and that's where you have to explain why you think he picked alliteration in that section, or how alliteration emphasizes or draws attention to, or what it draws attention to. Once we have some student models, I'll show you this in more real terms. I don't want to give you any answers yet because I want you to try to create your own. So you would just continue that pattern for another 3 devices. So you want to have 3 devices in your body paragraph. Here's one. We go through that part. And then we just repeat that process. Same idea, right? And that's all of what we found using. We want to use the terms we use here. I have 4 here. I only need to use 3 of them. Notice I only had 1 in ethos, so I'm probably not going to write a paragraph about that. I do have 3 in logos, so my next body paragraph could be about logos. And if you're interested in tone, I do have a paragraph frame for you to use, and we'll be looking at that on Friday. Not everyone is going to be writing about tone, but if you're interested in it, I do have this here. So I hope